why women are so controlling. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably, thought about this before, but you never couldn't find a valid answer. And the reason why a lot of these women are controlling is because they were taught this. And a lot of these women are controlling because they was raised by single mothers. So they watched their single mother control the household, because it was no dad in place. So that made her controlling, that made her become controlling as a woman because her mother was controlling as a woman. So she mimicked her mother. This is why a lot of women are so controlling. Another reason why, a lot of these women are so controlling is because they're just trying to manipulate you. Yeah, the most common one. They're just trying to manipulate you so they can get you to do what they want you to do for them. You see, they don't want to control you so it can benefit you. Nah, they want to control you so it can benefit them. A puppet master, a handler. These women want to be your handler. But a controlling woman, I got good news for you. These type of women are very toxic because what they are doing is they're going against, nature. They're going against their femininity. A man is supposed to be controlling. A man is supposed to be in control. That's masculine energy. Women are supposed to follow. That's feminine energy. And by these women being so controlling, getting out of their frame as a woman, not doing their duty, not staying in their place as a woman, it causes them to be dysfunctional. It causes them to be out of pocket. It causes them to be toxic and want to be masculine. And this is not the way of nature. You see, this is why women are so controlling. And by them being controlling and by them going against nature, they are basically, going against God. They're going against God, which makes them evil. Because a woman is not supposed to be in control. You never give a woman power, or she'll destroy the kingdom. It's in the Bible. And they destroying these communities, these single mothers. They raising they're raising their kids to act like, women and men that they don't like. They raising their sons to act like men that they said that they dislike. They destroying the kingdom because they want to be in control. This is the problem with the controlling woman. It's just, this is why women are so controlling, guys. It's because they want you to, do things that's going to benefit them. They want to have you on a leash. And they're just out of pocket. They are out of their frame by doing this. But a lot of these women are like this because their mother were like this, controlling and toxic and evil. Guys, the best way to deal with a controlling woman is to ignore her or tell her no. Do not let women, these controlling women control you, because that's only just a test, just to see if she can, have you by the collar. If she could be a puppet master, your handler. Don't let no woman control you as a man. You're not supposed to do that. Only simp, weak men that are afraid to lose women let women be in control of the household, of the situation, and be in control of them. It's like it's like you selling your soul to a woman. Letting her be in control of your life. Let her govern your life. This is why so many women are so controlling. Because they haven't been raised by a man. They won't be like that if they were raised by a man that was masculine and kept them feminine and soft and in their place. And put a little trauma in them and a little fear in them when they were, when they were a child. When they were a child. But since they didn't have that, they didn't have that dominant man that kept them in their place when they got out of line. This is why women are so controlling nowadays. Because they're being raised by these single mothers that don't, want a man to be the head of the household. They don't want a man to be the head of the household. They want to be the head of the household. They want to be controlling. They want to control everything. Because it makes them feel like they have power. Like they run the world. When they don't run nothing. Just their mouths. That's it. This is why women are so controlling nowadays, guys. But like I said, these women, they're evil women. Because they're not supposed to be like this. They're not supposed to have a controlling spirit. Don't let no woman, or nobody tell you that women are supposed to be in control. Because that's a lie. Men are supposed to be in control. And don't take a back seat to let a woman be in control. Don't be afraid to, put a woman in her place. To let her know that, you a man. You fellas need to man up. And stop letting these controlling women talk to you any kind of way. Let them disrespect you. And put them in their place. Because they're supposed to be feminine and soft and nice. Not mean and unsubmissive and rebellious and disobedient. They're not supposed to be like that. Women are supposed to highly respect men. But they've been raised by these single mothers, and these single mothers been telling them that men ain't this and men ain't that, talking down on men. So they, dislike men. And they want to, be controlling like they're single mothers. When that's not their place. But guys, I hope this video helped you out. Just trying to help you guys out why women are so controlling, in this generation nowadays is because they want to feel like they are in power. If a woman says that she can think like a man, she is toxic. She is ignorant. Or try to compete with a man, she is ignorant. She is toxic. She hasn't been raised right, properly. A lot of these women, these are the type of women that have been raised by single mothers. Mainly because a woman that's been raised by a man, the majority of them, they know their place. They know a man can overpower them. They have a sense of, limits when it comes down to, men. But a woman that's been raised by a single mother, they don't. They try to test men in negative ways. and think a man is not supposed to put them in their place. Guys, correct these women, these controlling women, because they are lost. Hope you guys got something out of this video, man. But this is why women are so controlling. Is because a lot of these women are being raised by single mothers, or their mother was the dominant one in the household and their father was a complete simp, beta male, weak man that let a woman manipulate him and control him. Hope you guys got the message and got something out of this. It's Coleman.